I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna drink a fine whiskey and smoke a really fine cigar.
It is time for happy hour. It is the Man Cave Happy Hour. Whiskey, cigar, spirits, the stories that go along with it. I'm Jamie Flanagan.
I'm Matt Fox.
That's Matt Fox.
No, that's August Kitchlag.
Oh, hey, you're talking about me. I'm next. I'm August Kitchlag.
Oh my gosh, we have a full house.
We have a full house.
We
More
have
than
a
full.
We got a full house. We're doing bourbon. We're doing Chartreuse, and we're hanging out with friends.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
We got some storytellers with us tonight.
We have storytellers.
Yeah,
We've got we have folks that can tell stories, but they're not going to.
Well,
right?
That's
right.
I considered Wayne one of the storytellers. Don't think for a second. Stories about you don't count.
Yeah. Don't call it a comeback. Wayne, he was there at episode 1.
So they tell me.
Must have been a good one.
It was. It was like it was crazy. Yeah. We did it live from Godfathers, and we were like playing Battleship. And It was crazy.
Yeah.
You guys have done one cigar episode since I joined you.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. Because you don't.
Well, I'm trying to keep you healthy.
You don't.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing it for you guys because I want to keep doing this for another 20 years.
That's it.
So
that's it. So I got my little Cheers mug.
Oh,
Cheers, Boston. George went.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Norm. Bears.
Yeah, no Da Pope skit. Right?
I know, no Da Pope. Not in good health. Couldn't do Da Pope.
Mm.
I was like, man, they left that one on the table. How did they not do that? And then he's like, Georgie
wasn't doing good. Dude, I just started watching that show Poker Face.
Yeah.
And we haven't watched it. It's on Peacock. Episode 2, John Rathlisberger, Cliff Clavin, he's on the show. Mm-hmm. He must be 400 pounds now. Wow. I was like, oh my God.
Really?
I go, that's not him. That's someone else.
Too many people.
And Catherine's like, no, that has to be him. That voice is distinctive. I'm like,
yeah,
it is his
well,
voice,
he is the voice of the
can't be him. He's huge.
Yeah, he's the voice of the piggy bank in Toy Story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he's trying to grow into the piggy bank.
Right.
I was like, John, you don't look good. You're going to be next, man.
Some DJ posted a picture of John and George and them at the Motor City Comic Con just last year.
Oh.
And George did not look good. But John didn't look that big. I mean, he looked bigger than,
Whenever they filmed season 1, episode 2 of Poker Face, he was looking rough.
Maximum density.
Yeah.
All right.
But hopefully he's better now. That other voice you hear.
Yeah, that's me.
That is the legendary Detroit's own Mickey Lyons.
I am so excited that you're here tonight.
Yes.
Mickey.
I can't believe I haven't done this with you guys.
Neither could I. That's why I'm like, wait a minute.
You were at Toko Roro. You were there while we talked to the guys
I've
at
been
Toko
in the
Roro.
audience. Yep.
You were at the Caju Cafe while we did an episode.
You were at were you at the one with Conrad's trunk at Whiskey in the Jar?
No, she wasn't.
Conrad has a
The
magical
infamous-
box.
The infamous
Yes,
trunk. Yeah, we
trunk
invited him.
whiskey.
He said, hey, come up here and see Gannett. But he did. We sent him back out to get his trunk of whiskey, not knowing that his car was the whole point of the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, surprised him. So
it was magical and fun.
Yep.
But so Mickey, you've been near the show. You haven't been on the show. Right. So before we roll any further, Mickey, tell me about your childhood.
Yeah.
My childhood? That's not where I was expecting to go with that. All right.
Story time.
Born a posthumous child. No. A
basket in the Rouge River.
In amongst the distillery.
That was found at Canadian Club Distillery.
I grew up in Farmington. And just grew up riding bikes around the neighborhood and swimming in the swimming pool.
But you do a lot of writing now.
Yes, I do. I'm a journalist.
And so what's your main outlet? Because writers today write for 1,000 different places at once. What's your main outlet?
My most steady, ongoing, regular one is I have a monthly column in Our Detroit Magazine.
Okay,
and it's called Drinks. So,
simple.
Which we can say was just recently nominated.
That not for
that wasn't the other
for
one.
a different publication. I have been nominated for a James Beard Media.
Oh, nice!
Congratulations! That's the honor to be nominated.
Where'd you do your journalism training?
High school.
Right on.
So my background after high school, I went to art school, dropped out of art school.
Okay.
moved back to Michigan for a while, went back to school, got an English degree from Wayne State, go
Right on.
Warriors.
Uh-huh.
Did a master's
Chartreuse.
in Irish language and literature at Boston College.
Oh.
And then did a fair portion, ABDL, but dissertation in Victorian literature from the University of Connecticut.
Wow.
Victorian
So
literature.
Victorian
how close to
literature.
Dr.
What is
Mickey
that?
are you?
I am 3 chapters of a dissertation away.
Wow,
So
nice.
I'm a professor because I took all the exams and all that, but
Wow.
did not finish the dissertation on aesthetic theory in the Victorian novel.
What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Because writing about booze is way more fun.
Yeah.
And pays.
Trust me, it is. I've been lucky enough to join her on some of her adventures. So,
Yes.
You did like the early bars at 7
Yeah.
a.m. or
That's the
something.
one that got
was-
nominated.
That's the one that got
Oh,
nominated,
fair play.
actually.
I
hit like
August
3 or
was
4
part of that
He was
adventure.
ranting about that. He was
Yep.
like, "We got to go drink early in the morning."
Like,
On purpose.
It is a
I
tough
left my
job,
job.
let
I
me
got a
tell
big.
you.
I got a golden pair. I got a big check. I'm just
Yep.
sitting around. I'm like,
I got
I'm
a
gonna
little
get up at
extra
9 in the morning, 8 in the morning, and go join them after the 7 o'clock.
Yep.
You know,
No, not.
So, Mickey on the Man Cave, we like to discover different spirits. So sometimes we do cocktails. Sometimes we talk to people that make them. Today we were going to do a little Widow Jane.
Mm-hmm.
So you poured a Guinness
I did.
on the way in.
That's sort of my
Ah.
level tasting palate, you know.
Yeah.
that's right after Jamie's heart.
I'm
Yep.
that's it. I'm a Guinness boy. I'm a one trick pony.
Nice.
If I'm at a bar, I'm like, yeah, Guinness. They're like, no. I'm like, give me a PBR. At that point,
Right, I don't
it's like, all right.
care.
At that point, they're like, well, no, we have this other chocolate
You
malt
can suffer through a
milkshake.
Murphy's though.
No,
Murphy's is delicious.
yes. I do like a good one, but
I did
Guinness
see.
is
I think
just
I caught
Guinness
you
is
order a
just
Smithwick's
Guinness.
once.
Oh, I'll drink a Smithwick's. Oh,
Yeah.
heck yeah.
I caught you.
Yeah.
You
The
cheated on your
ciders,
beloved.
the Balmers, the
Oh no,
Mangers.
they marry together well. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
They do.
But yeah, I love the Guinness. But as far as the spirits go, Mickey, do you have a go-to for spirits?
I think it depends on the time of day.
All right.
I've been on a gin and tonic kick lately, but now
Oh.
that it's cold again right now, I'm
That is
back
a
to the
weather-dependent
bourbons.
cocktail,
Yeah.
isn't
Oh
it?
yeah,
What type of
Yes.
gin do you gravitate towards?
all of it.
Yeah.
I love a good floral.
Mhm.
I've been on actually a citrusy gin kick right now.
Okay.
I just went up north with some friends for the weekend, and we started what we've dubbed the Ginfinity bottle.
Oh.
So
Oh,
it's like a
ooh.
bourbon infinity bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Sounds like a Marvel
Okay.
character. I
It
need to know.
sounds- Yeah, no,
Ginfinity.
it sounds like the Silver Surfer. It's turning, it's twisting,
Yeah.
it's gonna fuck you up.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, so the infinity bottle is you take the last, if you've only got an ounce or two
Yeah.
of a bourbon or something like that.
Yeah.
You marry them all together, so you make this completely
With
unique
gin, though.
magic. Yes, but we decided to do it with gin because we just happen to have 6 different kinds
Gin
of gin.
makes
on
more
hand.
sense to me than bourbon does, to
Yeah.
be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
can
gonna
see
add a
that
little
being a-
beef eater
All right.
just to level
All
it
right.
off.
All
you know?
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So was
Who
it
put
good?
the
Did
fuck
you try
lavender
it?
shit in
Amazing.
there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Who put that
Yeah.
lavender shit in there? I don't know one likes that,
Yeah.
Hendrix.
No one likes that.
Yeah, that stuff is gross. That's the stuff I-
Monsignor Zenz does. Colleen, she sent me to Keiko's to get some Hendrix, and Monsignor Zenz was walking out with the last bottle.
Wow.
I had to go home empty-handed.
You
You didn't fight off
couldn't
the
jump the
priest?
fryer?
She yelled at him at church next Sunday. So, you took the last of the Hendrix.
Speaking of friars and Monsignors, the other spirit
This
we
is
have
interesting.
tonight
Oh,
is Chartreuse, made
Yes.
by French monks in a secret recipe. This is one of my, and we have some Chartreuse versions here.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I've had
Virgin,
actual
Just
sugar.
like at least
Wow.
3 of them. That's why I got a jigger, because you're not going to do more than an ounce of this
No.
at this price.
Yeah,
This
okay,
is an
I know.
impossible to find bottle.
Yeah.
I
we are
bought
in
it
a
out of a
secret,
bar.
undisclosed location.
Yes, I bought it out of a bar.
You cannot say
Oh.
which.
Right.
Yes, because I talked to the owner and got a bit of it.
Are they allowed to? Well, no, they got off premise.
Oh, sure.
But
No, well,
You don't
no.
wanna-
I'm still
No,
not
you
going to out
just
it.
you can't. The monks have just about stopped making it. They've drastically limited production.
There used to be a wall of it at the restaurant Chartreuse, and that
Oh.
wall is gone
Yeah.
because they had
Yeah.
to serve it all.
yeah. All right.
Well,
so
now it's high
Chartreuse.
time.
What is Chartreuse?
Good
as far
question.
as flavor and is it a
I mean,
sherry? Is it a liqueur?
no,
Is
it's
it
a.
It's 130 plus different
It's $100
botanicals. Yeah, well,
If you can find it.
If you can find it, yeah.
137 different botanicals.
they're 130 something different
Okay.
botanicals. Anise, cardamom.
I think it's
gosh.
absolutely the most unique spirit
Yeah.
Huh.
ever.
130
And
Alpine.
It's also like 130 proof.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
very strong.
Oh boy.
Made some mint syrup a couple years back. It looked a lot like that.
Did not taste like that.
No, I'm guessing not.
Yeah, I mean, I remember it being common enough that we were doing shots of this at the Comet Bar.
Oh yeah, I was doing it at Club FT.
Yeah.
Me and Dave were ripping Chartreuse all the time.
Yeah. And then
because there was like 3 people that wanted it. Then Detroit turned into a high-end booze scene.
Right.
And all the fancy restaurants.
For promoting the high-end booze scene.
Yeah, thanks to all these leather apron motherfuckers, we can't get fucking Chartreuse anymore at my local dive bar.
Right. Yep. I might have been part of that.
I know you're part of that problem.
All right, so we have 2 things to taste. We have Widow Jane. I had a bottle that was gifted to me over the holidays, and we've never tried it, so I thought we would give it a try. And then August was trying to show off his friend, and so
hey,
he brought in the Chartreuse.
Nice.
I just pick it up.
It's fine. I'm wearing a scarf today. I'm celebrating my team's big victory today. That's right. My Tottenham Hotspurs.
That was
beat
good.
Manchester United.
Yeah.
Somebody's favorite team.
Tater
Suck
tots.
it.
Tater tots.
Red Devils. Red suck. Anyway, we're both the teams are in 16th and 17th place in the league. So it's a little victory. But I never get a chance to wear my scarf out. So
there you go.
It's a little warm, so I'm gonna take it off in a minute.
Sorry. But what do we want to do first? Do we want to try the Widow Jane? We want to give that a little just a taste.
Well, which one has got the more proof to it? The Widow Jane or the Chartreuse?
The Chartreuse has more proof for sure.
I say we start low and go high.
Oh, by far. Yeah. This is gonna blow your mouth up.
Yeah, it is.
Misled by the word liqueur.
It's only 99.
Which part of
Jane's
is
only
110?
91. Matt, do you remember anything about? You were perusing the website.
I was.
Do you remember anything about the Widow Jane? Let's go there first. Right?
Yeah. So
this is the 10-year. There's a lot of different expressions, right?
Yes, there are. I went to the breakingbourbon.com website.
Okay.
So this is coming in at a 91 proof.
Coming in at 91.
And this is age 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
The mash bill, we have no idea. It's undisclosed. Reason being is because it is one of your favorite types of bourbons?
Oh, it's a blend.
It's a blend, right? So,
but this is kind of not the kind of blend that says, "Hey, we're a blend." Other ones that say it's mixed here in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
No sleep.
Okay. So
I didn't have my laptop to play the tune.
I'm unfairly knocking it ahead of time.
Right. So they bring all the juice together, but they do something really unique. Is that they bring in water from 100 miles away from a mine.
They were talking about the water. The water was a thing. It comes from a mine somewhere in the New York vicinity.
It's about 100 miles from the actual distillery in Brooklyn, New York, that they're located in. So, and it's yep, there should be a nose on it. Let me pull this up here real quick.
But we really don't know where the actual bourbon
comes from.
Right. They're just cutting it with local water.
Oh, So they bring it in way overproofed. Cut it with local water and age it on premise.
It comes from the
taste my soup.
So like some of these local distilleries, and I've witnessed this process. They'll make their white lightning and they'll age it in the barrels, and then they pull it out and go, "Oh hell no!" And they go buy gallons and gallons of water from Kroger and just cut it until it gets to a proof where it floats right. They go, "Okay, now we'll sell it."
Yeah, it comes from
especially people that don't bottle it. Do that?
Comes from Rosendale, which is actually the origin of the pure limestone.
Yes,
water used to proof all of their bourbon that they have.
Right.
A mineral rich water is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I always use spring water when I make wine. I don't use distilled water. I use spring water.
Mm-hmm.
I want more minerals in it. It just helps with the kind of the flavor profiles. Yeah. So I get that.
It's
bourbon.
It's a very generic label.
You're getting the caramel and vanilla, the bourbon smells.
Agreed.
Get any fruity in there at all?
A little banana.
A little bit.
BANANA. that Jack Daniels bottled and bond, the 100 proof Jack Daniels, crazy bananas.
Really?
It's just all bananas. It's just all, to me, it's just 100% bananas. I'm like, that
doesn't suck. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad characteristic.
No,
I'm still raving about that Sinatra Select that my brother got me.
That Sinatra Select was so good.
What a great bottle of booze.
I'm so happy delicious. I drank almost all my bottle that I had, except for this much.
Yeah, I mean the bottle. You think, it's the presentations where all the prices. No, it's just really good liquid.
The way they score the barrels themselves was for the Sinatra Select because they score it sideways as well.
Oh, cool!
So it gets more of a surface area out of the barrel itself.
Yeah,
so good.
Good stuff.
All right.
So anyone's out there for my 51st birthday, I would love another bottle of Sinatra Select.
I'll take a bottle of Chartreuse and sell it.
Yeah.
They had the green shirt. Well, we'll get to that in a minute.
So this is like a daily drinker. This is kind of reminds me of what I would use for a daily drinker.
Daily drinkers are come down to price point for us grown-ups.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah. What is the price point on this?
My price point would be for my daily drinker. I'm probably looking at about $50 for a bottle.
Whoa, banker dude.
Whatever. Shut up.
The journalists over here looking at 20.
Us public officials are looking for something 35.
Happy hours with free layouts.
As our palates have developed, we've come to want something more. So we always have to look for that next price point up. But this bottle is coming around $75.
Nope.
Yeah,
MSRP.
That's the Brooklyn price right there. Is what that is.
A weekly drinker.
Yeah. And this
or the weekend when I'm out and about.
It's a weekender.
There's a whole ton of expressions from, and this is their starter.
Okay.
The other ones go up from there, I do believe. So yeah, but I read a couple things. It's like, oh, it's a 10-year and it tastes like a 20-year. I actually smell a little ethanol, and
they're saying that you shouldn't get a smell of ethanol, but you do. Yeah.
Am I? Are you at all?
I'm getting a little.
I thought I did on the second sip. I did on the second sip.
What's my favorite new line for real ethanol? Ethanol cornflakes. That's what it tastes like. It tastes like ethanol cornflakes.
It's just it drinks just like what I'm used to. There's nothing really unique.
It's very light. It's also a light taste to me. It tastes thin on my face. Thin on my face.
Well, it's because we got all those high octane ones in Dad's closet over there.
Yeah, all I had was one sip of Appletons. I had like 2 ounces of Appletons. Okay. That's all.
Yeah, it's all middle. There's no front. There's no end. It's
just
all middle. That's a good way to describe it. It's just kind of thin.
Yep.
I like that. I can get on board with that. Yeah.
I wasn't ecstatic with it. That's why I brought it in.
Yeah.
So no, I got it as a gift, and I was like, oh, Widow Jane, I've never had this. I've seen it on the shelf. I've wanted to get a bottle to do and talk about.
Yeah.
And I was so glad I got it as a gift. And then I was trying it, but it was the holiday, and I had, I was hitting it pretty hard with other things. I wanted to give it a fair shake.
You let it sit in your mouth, you get all 90 proof of it, 91 proof of it when you assist it. Now it's like, okay. My favorite ones of these don't taste like they're as high as they are.
Yeah.
The better ones. This one, it tastes like it's 90 something.
So I didn't say anything. I didn't say that I wasn't enamored with it because I didn't want to taint because I'm so susceptible to suggestion. So I was curious what you guys were going to think.
It's fine. I mean,
but I wouldn't go. This one was like 60. I thought it was like 60 something.
Here, Jamie, Widow Jane or Stapleton's whiskey?
I might actually go Stapleton's.
There you go.
Because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
You get a case on a desert island that just washes up with you.
I might go with it.
I'm gonna for that just because it's higher proof. But yeah. All right.
Bury it somewhere. No one can find it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with aggressively mediocre on this.
Aggressively mediocre?
Yeah.
We need to add that to the Kill Mary Screw.
Yeah. Aggressively mediocre. Yes. Yeah.
This isn't sponsored by anyone, is it?
No,
Okay.
no.
We're working on it.
Right.
Can you tell?
Apparently won't be with it, but
no, we have a rating system, Mickey. It's called Kill, Marry, Screw. So kill it. It's dead to me. I'll never do it again. Marry it, buy it, take it home, or screw around with it when you're out and about.
Oh, okay. I like that.
All depends on how much Widow Jane and Chartreuse I've had.
Yeah,
it'll change everything.
Yeah.
So I would not marry. I would not marry this.
No, I'm glad I'll have a bottle on the shelf. It'll probably last because I get bourbon friends that come over and then they're like, oh, you got that? I'm like, try anything you want. Have anything you want. The Japanese blends, all right. The old Fitzgerald.
That one's in the gun locker.
Yeah.
That's kept in the gun locker.
Yeah. No. Everything's for guests. Everything's fair game.
We all know what a gun guy Jamie Flanagan is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to let our palates settle here.
Yeah, a little sippy of something else.
It's a breakdown of audio technology.
Yeah.
That's what happens when we give you the baby mic.
Yeah, sorry.
Mickey. All right.
The cord went underneath. Come on, man.
You invited me.
Just busting my chops. So let's get those glasses over here. And while I just get ready for this stuff, Mickey, you got an adventure coming up.
I do.
Yeah, we're not gonna see you during the Labor Day festival because it's adventure.
Oh darn!
Hey, darn. So
she's so broken up about it.
Really coming up for you here.
I, in addition to being a archaeologist, can now add the title of Lake Lorien to my job title.
That's
Lake Lorien. That's the official job title.
Lake Lorien, the lore of the Michigan Lakes.
Yes, of the Great Lakes. So I am the ship's lecturer on a cruise ship around the Great Lakes for 2 months.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Yeah.
Give it to a woman that you hired to lecture you.
The other two are men. So.
Wait for that.
Oh yeah.
Boom, boom. So do you get to wear that little white cap and everything as you're doing the?
I don't think the cap.
You have to go around and go, hey, sailor.
The cruise director. Yeah, that's a different person.
All right, darn.
I don't have to lead the bingo.
Ooh,
bingo on the Lido deck.
Yeah. I just do like a PowerPoint every day,
Hey.
into the Great Lakes. Most of the folks that do this cruise.
What is the cruise? Tell us what the cruise is and what's going on. What they're going.
It's for Victory Cruise Lines, and it is a 200 passenger, about 80 crew. Not as fancy as say the Viking ships, and it's a 10-day trip, 9 days on the Great Lakes. So it's from Chicago to Toronto. The passengers take Chicago to Toronto, and they stop at Escanaba, Sault Ste. Marie, Mackinac, Detroit, Cleveland, Toronto, Niagara. Yeah.
So when you're in Escanaba, I heard Jeff Daniels comes and gives everybody a haircut.
I hope so. I very much hope so.
I don't know.
I just think he plays acoustic guitar and talks about how much he loves the Tigers and Lions.
Yeah, that.
I'll take that
or
too.
that. I don't know. I'll try to make up something ridiculous.
So how many trips around are you doing?
I think it's 10.
Wow. Okay.
Well, we got 10 laps.
9 or 10 laps.
Wow.
Yeah. So I will be back in Detroit like for a half a day every 9 or 10 days or so.
Have you taken a test cruise? Have you taken a test?
I've never done it for this long. I've done it
trip?
2 separate times for 3 weeks at a time.
Okay.
For, like basically 2 trips.
No, I mean, but this particular journey, the Michigan Great Lake, have you been on the path that you're going to do before?
Yes.
Okay.
Escanaba is different this year.
Okay.
They added that. Yeah.
But cruising the Great Lakes is a newer adventure, yes?
It's a newer one, but it's also an old one. Like I'm obsessed with Michigan travel history.
I love Michigan.
Yeah. And
have you been to the salt mines?
No. Have you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jealous.
Oh, it was cool. Anyway, all right. Old people talk.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But but cruises were a thing.
Yeah, like all right, we're all old enough to remember the Boblo boat, right?
Sure,
So that was just one of the different day cruises that you could do. You could take a day cruise to Cleveland, and then they did also have like week-long cruises around the Great Lakes.
Take a slow boat to Cleveland for a weekend.
Oh, Cleveland steamer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wayne's here, everybody.
Ding.
That's it. The sniping from the second shooter. Grassy knoll. All right.
So yeah.
So all right, but the recent is a newer thing in the last like 2-3 years, right?
Yeah,
they're trying to deepen some ports to get some bigger ships in and what have you.
Definitely. Yeah, the first time I did it was in 2016, and I think that was the first year in like 50 or 60 years since the 60s that had cruise ships.
And these aren't like Carnival cruises with go-karts and shit on them.
No, there's not even a pool on this one.
No.
Yeah.
Are you sleeping on the boat?
I am. I have my own cabin. I do not have to have a hammock. I made sure of that.
Okay.
Yes.
So and the guests sleep on the boat?
Yes.
You're not getting off at a hotel?
There's a couple of nights like when we're going up Lake Michigan and when we're going up or down Lake Huron, we have a full
sea day.
Night and sea day. Lake day. Yeah.
So you give a like, oh, we're in Lake Superior. We're in this part of Lake Superior, and these are all the boats that are at the bottom of this.
Yep, and I make sure
here.
everybody leaves that cruise with the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald stuck in their head.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And then I love that. That just moves me.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, they're decent sized ships. I don't know. You can't put that up on the thingamajig. We'll put it in the liner notes.
Yes.
Yes. Do you have any? Is it still bookable? Is it something that you have a website for?
I think it's victorycruiselines.com. I know it's
if only I
called
had something in my
Victory
hand that
Cruise
could tell me
Line.
that.
Yeah, that you could look
If
up.
there's only some sort of
There's only
device.
some way.
Oh, it's just this computer.
VictoryCruiseLines.com.
I love that. I love Michigan. I love Detroit. I love Michigan. People are like, can't wait to get out of here. I'm like, go, get out.
Bye.
This is my town.
That's right.
You can just
Detroit
go.
needs me.
Yeah.
I ain't going
anywhere.
and I need the city.
Yep.
It's like there's so many things that I just love about.
Niagara Falls,
Michigan.
Mackinac Island, Chicago.
So, I love this thought.
So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never been on a cruise.
No,
I have not either.
Colleen's anti-cruise.
I have
So
not
I don't
either.
know.
I'm not
I would never
anti-cruise.
do it unless I was
It's
getting
just
paid to do it.
Yeah, I know you were.
My brother's about to go on the Greece and Italy one. Yeah.
So would this be a
In-laws.
good for someone who's never been on a cruise? Would this be a good thing to do first before you get on the big cruise boat, or should you just rip the Band-Aid off and get on the big boat and not worry
That I
about?
don't know because this is the only one I've ever been on.
This isn't Aruba.
Yeah.
It's a whole different kind of cruise.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
guess if you're nervous about.
I'm not nervous.
Well, all right. I would think for your first cruise, you might want to try a 3-day Bahamas or something.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
like,
Make sure you're not seasick.
Okay.
I don't know
Yeah.
that
That's fair.
we're the target audience because we've seen most of the Great Lakes. So the idea of paying a lot of money and taking 2 days to get to Cleveland seems a little bit odd.
Yeah, because
I
Cleveland
just-
rocks.
I mean,
going-
Cleveland
who's
rocks.
but I
yeah,
can drive
who's
there
really
in 3
going
hours.
to-
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to Cleveland on purpose?
That used
Go
to
on.
be, that's the old days.
Going to
You
see the
know.
Christmas Story house, okay?
Take
It's like-
to Detroit. No, not Detroit. No,
Anything but that.
anything but that.
It's like, and then they're like,
movie.
"Hey, what, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame there? What? Yeah, all right.
The Christmas Story house. Great.
Yeah.
I had a blast in Cleveland. Cleveland's a great town until you run into an Ohio State fan who's an asshole.
Oh.
Then they ruin everything.
All right, you know my favorite Cleveland story?
Go for it.
So it was early in my teaching career. I wasn't even teaching full time, and our friend Pat Akerley, DJ Tool, was teaching, and they were doing. So you want to be a rock and roll teacher? Summer workshop. It was a week-long conference at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Sounds
So,
like a no-brainer with your development money.
So you would take classes. You had the instructors and the curators from the Rock Hall, and there was an adjunct from the Ohio Cuyahoga Community College. You take class. There was a 1-day class at the Cuyahoga Community College, and you could pay for like 3 credits or just get a certificate. So I was like, I'm just what the hell, pay a couple extra bucks and get the 3 credits. But we went, and it was so much fun, and we just tore up Cleveland. And Pat and I were kind of notorious for having a good time.
Not
we were
you.
Both, we're both DJs, so we had a whole like DJ rig in our hotel room, and then we had a mirror ball, and I set a mirror ball up in the room, right?
Trouble.
Sure, the hotel level.
And then, it was there. It was we set it up middle of the day. We went out shenanigans, right? We came home and we're walking down the street, and it was nighttime at that point. So the mirror ball was lighting up the whole street.
Left the windows open.
We
Huh?
left the window open, and our mirror ball with the pro DJ light and spotlight. And so all of a sudden we were those guys for the rest of the week. It's like, oh, here comes those guys. And but guess what room everybody was in all week long? Yeah.
It's a good bat signal, I guess.
That's it.
Night at the
That
disco.
that was my favorite Cincinnati story. All right, so what do we got? Chartreuse, right?
Oh.
Should we sing a little Kermit? It's not easy being green.
It's not easy.
You do the good.
You do it good, man.
Find it.
You do
The
the
rainbow
He does a
connection.
good Kermit.
The lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Yeah.
You guys didn't know I had that in me, did
He
you?
does a good Kermit.
Can you do it, Liam Neeson from Taken?
What is it?
I have a
I
very
have a certain set of skills. Skills. I do.
all right. Thank you for
I
that.
will find you.
Kermit.
We haven't even
Liam Neeson.
started on the Chartreuse yet.
All right. So
He
what?
does it as Yoda. It's the same voice. He's
Yeah.
older.
Yeah.
I will find you. I have a certain set of skills. I do.
So
Anyway,
a spirit
and done.
with 130 botanicals,
Yes.
made it green, made by monks,
Mhm.
coming in
Since,
at 100.
1607 recipe, been made since like 1770. It's
Yeah.
a thing. Monks, it's a locked up recipe. It's a thing. There's yellow chartreuse. There's different age chartreuses. This is the basic, and you can't even get the basic.
And you're supposed to just sip it? It's a sipper?
It's a sipper. There are some cocktails that are made. Now, I will sacrifice a little bit more for the famous last word, which was Detroit Athletic Club?
DAC. Yes. DAC 1916, discovered by a Seattle bartender in the early 2000s. So brought it back to popularity.
Right. Yep. Chartreuse, the Luxardo cherry liqueur, gin, which we got to grab some gin, and lime. And it's just, so this, I recommend having a sip and then breathing through your nose, breathing through your mouth, and getting a whole feel for it. There are a bazillion herbs in this thing.
Wow.
It's jumping around back and forth across the tongue.
Cardamom, cinnamon.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all over your mouth, isn't it?
Wow. This is we're making the jelly bean chewing noise.
And as it sits, honestly, the jelly beans and whiskey was a weird.
Yeah, that was licorice.
But as it sits in your mouth, you get more flavors after the first sip. It's just amazing.
Wow.
I was so on the nose. I was kind of
long since I've had.
I was kind of afraid at the very beginning, just on the nose. I don't know about anybody else, but I was like, oh, what am I getting myself into here? But then it sits on the palate. And you're like, oh,
difficult to find, right?
Impossible
to find.
About.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was Mrs. Vino and Jen Cherry, two of our liquor people, were trying to give me substitutes. Oh, try this or try this. I'm like, I don't know. I don't even want to. You know, this is quite fascinating, and it just gets better, and if it lingers on your mouth.
There's sweets and there's
I think it's the most fascinating spirit in the world. I think this is the basic one too. There's other ones that are supposed to be different. I haven't been able to afford any of them.
Right.
So there's
so why are the monks pumping the brakes? Are they having a hard time getting the botanicals? Or
they announced a few years ago that first of all, there's fewer monks in the world these days. But also,
I mean, people like blowjobs.
All the distilling. I'm not going to make that comment. I'm not going to make that comment. They also said all of the production and the popularity of it was getting in the way of their life as meditative monks. Or whatever, it just became so popular and so crazy, especially with COVID. All the home bartenders. You know?
Right. Yeah. Okay, I can see that. Well, so why not outsource it? Then is it?
No,
it's not what it is.
The recipe's locked up tighter than Dr. Pepper.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
Fort Knox, right?
Yeah, only 1, 2, or 3 of the monks at a time know the recipe.
And there's a yellow one too.
Wow!
And I've had the yellow.
Fascinating.
To me, it's not as herbal.
Right.
When I remember, it was a little lighter, which for some people that's what they want. This is too much. Yeah, this can be way too much for people. I get it. The way too much is what I love about it personally.
Yeah.
Wayne, have you ever had this before?
No.
Okay.
No.
Wow. How you feeling?
No. It's amazing. My initial reaction was it felt like somebody stuck a candy cane up my nose. but then I was getting the licorice and so many other things I can't identify. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's not bad crazy. I don't know how to process it.
Would you have more?
I'm going to.
I would as a because when would you want to try this?
The Heikler, if you want.
When would you want to have this after dinner? When is the proper time to treat
it like an aperitif almost?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Because there's a for the longest time, every small monastery, every small farmhouse, every small town had their own recipe of sort of alpine aperitifs and digestifs. So it was in the tradition of many of the others. And now all those are coming back, but not like Chartreuse.
Right.
This is okay. I'm going to use the word immaculate because monks made it. But
Chartreuse is the sugar. Fine.
Have you?
Give that lime juice a sniff. See if it's usable.
Oh God, I can't believe we're using dollar store lime juice.
Hey, welcome to the man cave, Mickey.
This is sacrilege against the monks.
Well, we got fresh lemons, but that's not the right.
The lime really isn't the kicker in this drink.
No, it's really
it's not really the important part.
I can't figure out how to get it.
So do we want the lemon instead or not?
No.
All right.
Oh, I was trying to twist off.
Give it a sniff. Is it?
So Jamie.
Oh, I was gonna squeeze it. I was gonna snack it.
There you go.
That's all you need. So Jamie,
Just a little behind the ears.
you still got a little chartreuse left.
Yes,
And are you savoring it?
I am. I'm enjoying it.
I finished mine. I
Okay.
I just couldn't help it. It was amazing. And I'm very happy that you brought this in tonight, August,
too.
and shared it with us.
So am I. I wanted you guys to try this stuff because I rave about it all the time.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
We're gonna make a last word. You're only gonna get a little bit.
Sure.
Did you shoot it?
I know I took a much bigger sip, and I don't think I should have.
Hello.
Wow. So you're
But now just let your mouth enjoy that because it's gonna sit there.
It is gonna. Oh,
yeah.
I've got a little bit left.
Mickey, have you had the high clear?
I have not actually.
Oh,
This is
Yeah,
the
the
hidden
Downton Abbey.
gem.
Yeah.
The
I'm
Downton
looking forward
Abbey.
to that.
Yeah.
we had
Lord Carnarvon.
yep, Lord Carnarvon joined us on the Man Cave one afternoon,
Nice.
and we had Adam
Do you know
von
the
Gutken.
story? of-
I mean, no.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jamie.
So there's a cat. His name's Adam von Gutken, and you'd think he was like some Austrian lord himself, but he's just this dude from Connecticut who's a brand rep, but very, very cool.
He's
Very cool.
he's so
He's a brand rep from Connecticut.
he's a
but he
Lord
did-
and Lady Von Douchebag. What do you have up your sleeve, douchebag?
and he wanted to launch a brand. He wanted to do his own brand, but he wanted to do a gin because bourbons were just overdone, and he wanted to do a traditional London dry, and so he was looking for somebody to partner with in England, and he came across the idea of Lord and Lady Carnarvon, who are the curators of. They live at Highclere Castle, is where they filmed Downton Abbey.
Yep.
And Lord Carnarvon was in, and they worked on the recipe.
You better
And I think
it's Chartreuse before I give you some. Unless you want
I
a
think it's
stronger
gorgeous.
last word than all
I
this.
want a stronger
You know what?
last word.
Because you've had a last word before.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
so Lord Carnarvon. It was his great grandfather who helped find King Tut's tomb 102 years ago.
So he died soon after from the curse.
He did.
Right.
He did.
He died because he was like an idiot.
Is
But
he the one that cut himself shaving or something?
No. So, but fast forward to now, in the basement of the Highclere Castle itself is an exact replica of
Tut's
King
tomb,
Tut's tomb.
Oh man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they'll do tastings down there because Lord Carnarvon's a
Yeah.
big bourbon
man.
guy himself. But they'll do tastings down there. Lady Carnarvon does a lot of work around the estate itself.
Yeah.
They actually distill this. It's the oldest whiskey gin distillery in England itself. That's on the estate.
So this is the 2 ounces of Chartreuse, 2 ounces of the High Castle, the Highclere Castle,
Thank
and
you.
2 ounces of Luxardo.
Wow.
I
Okay.
put a little splash of lime in there. Normally, you put a Luxardo cherry when you get the cocktail,
Mhm.
and they shake it up so you want the little shards of ice usually floating in it. You know,
Right.
that's how you can get a good last word at like the. I know that the bar at the Godfrey Hotel, they have cases of this there, so you can get a good last word there. I know that I think it's
Sons of Guns.
I think it was the Mutiny on Michigan Avenue that I got or on Werner that I got a last word in the last 6 months. I know you can get a last word at the Painted Lady,
Mhm.
Hamtramck. Those places you can get. I know those people have at least one bottle left.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and this is the event at the DAC, and that Seattle bartender
Yep.
pulled it out in the 2000s and brought it back, and it is a thing.
Well, August, thank you for sharing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Cheers.
thank you for bringing that party to the table. It has a definitive
Sure.
chartreuse.
I do
feel
love
to it.
the cherry liqueur part of it though too. That's just
Yeah.
and honestly, it is missing a little something without that floating ice on the top. Of
Yeah.
you get that first sip of
And
the
without
word.
that acid bite of like the fresh lime juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a viscosity with the
Yeah.
Luxardo is
Oh yeah, it sweetens it up for sure.
yeah, but there's a viscosity. There's a stickiness to it that
Yep.
it sticks a little more. I like that.
And look, Wayne's looking at the legs.
It's
Oh yeah, it's nutty.
Oh yeah, the Luxardo is that's
But the thing about the High Clear has like great legs too. Most gins don't really have a finish, right? They don't linger.
Mhm.
But Lord Carnarvon was a big whiskey drinker. He's a big bourbon, he's
Yeah.
a big bourbon fan, and he wanted something with a finish. So they ended up. High Clear is known for their oats. The oats grown on the grounds feed most of the livestock in England, and they put oats in the basket, and that oats add this oiliness to it. So there's this that is a different, and in the other, some of the other botanicals are grown on the high clerc Isles. So it's a nice mix.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm gonna take whatever
I'm smelling. I'm smelling.
Take it.
Yeah, wheeze the juice there. Squeeze every last little bit out of that. Oh, that's
yeah. People thought they can't understand Kendrick Lamar during the Super Bowl. They didn't watch Encino Man. You obviously don't know about wheezing the juice. Don't be crushing on my cruise or whatever. How so hardcore.
Oh
man, that is good.
Yeah, it is a delicious. This is 80% of a perfect cocktail.
Yep.
That's fair. So Mickey, when is your cruise coming up?
The cruise itself goes all summer. I am on. So there are 2 ships, 3 of us lecturers.
Okay.
So,
can they request your ship?
I mean,
and they can request only Boss Lady lectures me
and book that.
Yes, yeah. Although the other 2 lecturers are great as well.
Sure.
But I am on first one ship from July 15th to August 4th or something like that.
Wow.
And then I get off in Milwaukee and get off in Chicago. Got 2 days to make my way up to Milwaukee and get on the other ship. And I'm on that until September 10th. So it's 2 months.
Cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of writing for the. You do a lot of writing for the
2 socialist mayors.
We're not worthy.
The great land.
We're not worthy.
Oh, mercy.
I've never been to Milwaukee, but it's on my list.
Milwaukee.
It's great.
Yes.
My sister went to college there.
That's right. She went to Marquette.
Marquette.
Yes,
Yep.
so she wouldn't let me change the channel one day.
Nope. She
Yes.
was very passionate.
Very passionate about Marquette basketball. Yep.
Yeah.
But Our Detroit magazine,
Yes.
the mainstay of your writing. Is there a Substack or a Tinder or something that people can follow?
Yes, an OnlyFans.
Is there a one-stop shop that people can find, like leapfrog into your writing?
Yeah. I actually MickeyLyons.com.
Oh, fair play. Okay,
it's my website.
All right,
and that's got links to. I also do, which I have not updated in far too long. ProhibitionDetroit.com. So
I've been on one of those tours with her.
Yes.
She's written books.
I want to do the
She's written the
drunken
books,
bus
kids.
tours. Yeah, I want to do the drunken bus tour.
Yeah.
Does Calvin? Is Calvin one of the
I don't know
drivers or something on that? I thought he was.
Calvin used to be one of the guys.
Podcast Calvin?
Yeah.
I don't know that he's there anymore.
Oh,
I haven't talked to him in a minute.
He was there for a while.
COVID
and then he
screwed
left.
everything
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. So
Damn
All of it.
COVID.
damn COVID.
Damn COVID.
Damn COVID.
Looking back, I don't think
Because I like him, and I
Yeah, you're right.
you and he
I
were
would
there.
do
Oh
it
my
again.
God, that'd be a party.
We weren't there at the same time.
Oh, fair
sadly,
play.
but yeah.
But
Yeah.
I want to do that. I want the Drunks of Antiquity
Yep.
tour. I want to do that. Just I don't know. Just
It's a good one.
to
And it goes
excuses
to
for
historic bars.
And maybe
I love
someday
it.
you can be part of a future Drunks of Antiquity tour.
I'm
Maybe you could be
antiquity
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
you could be one of the stops. You know, hey, there's Jamie Flynn again.
Hey,
About
get
to
off
be-
my lawn.
An
I
antique
will
drunk.
say we did because I used to work for the Detroit Bus Company. I used to be their tour director, and we
How I
did.
first met you
It
when I
is,
came
isn't
blazing in there, like,
Oh my
who
God.
runs this place? You owe me money with this police
Yeah.
chief with an armed man.
Yeah.
What's that little? Yeah, go ahead.
But we
used to be
had
located in
a
Hamtramck.
we also had for a little while a dive bars tour.
Yeah,
So this is 2012, 13, 14.
yeah.
So we had, I don't know if you guys know Frank Woodman. Frank the caveman.
Caveman,
Woodman.
Bam Bam,
Caveman,
Okay.
Bam Bam.
Caveman and Bam
Woodman.
Bam.
All right,
Great man.
He was the guide.
all right.
And it was Woodman's dive bar tour of Detroit. And it was fantastic.
Frank is a legend in the Hamtramck
Yes.
community, and he
What?
moved out.
I know.
Moved like Madison Heights or something.
What is that
Something
one
like that,
bar? State Fair in Woodward. It's the
That was a Stonehouse.
White House.
Stonehouse.
Stonehouse.
I have heard rumors that they are reopening.
Oh my God.
I know that there's
There
someone
was.
on in St. Croix Shores on someone has the sign.
Stonehouse.
The guy who
Really?
restores neon, and he had his garage open and he was working on it. He was restoring the Stonehouse sign. And Kevin Stripling offered him like basically
God, yeah.
his only is like, I have a niece, she's a virgin. You can have her if I can have that
Please
sign.
let me
Oh my
have
God.
that sign.
So
Wow.
there was. It was.
He's
it's
like,
a-
nope,
it's an
they're
odd-
repairing it for
was
a reason.
Yeah.
Very bizarre place.
Yes.
So right across the street, there was a little brown office building with its own little parking lot. And for a while, the UAW owned it, and they ran their radio network out of it. It was the IE America radio.
Oh, straight
network.
up communist shit.
Peter Werby was the main host.
That's socialist stuff back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but they funded it, and it was like, we had Animal Talk on there. So we did Animal Talk from there.
Whoa.
For a while, for like a long time. I still got my gate key. I don't know if it still works, but so we were literally straight across the street from the Stone House. It's right there, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go have a beer, and I went and I sat down. And I'm like, this is a really bad idea.
So the guy that used to run that, yes, with the rocket fuel, Mike. Mike has since passed away, but
that was not. It reminded me.
The house band there was a band called the Immortal Winos of Soul.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The Immortal Winos of Soul.
And that
Isn't
is
that the best band name?
Kevin Stripling, one of my best friends, was the bass player in that band the whole time they were the house band there. You want stories of Stonehouse? We'll bring in Stripling.
Ooh, that'd be good. That is a Drunks of Antiquity.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Stop and that's a Detroit gem. It was interesting as hell. I mean, I didn't get beat up or anything, and I went back for another beer another time. But it was a unique experience for sure. But it reminded me, my dad, it's Irish guy, right? And so yep. And much like me. And there's like on 8 Mile.
Mud Farmer.
There's a bar just east of Van Dyke. It was the Friendly Sons of Ireland, the Friendly Sons. Yeah. He went in. He's like, they're not that friendly.
No, that was an IRA bar.
The Friendly,
that's why.
Yeah. Well,
Friendly Sons of St. Patrick.
Oh yeah, the Friendly Sons of St. Patrick. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Friendly Sons. Because he's an Irish guy, and we lived on Nevada, which is
so it was a Northern Ireland bar,
and then we moved up to.
Have you not seen
Van Dyke and Outer Drive, which was 7.5, and so he would drive past. You do the turnaround, and you see it right there all the time. Friendly Sons.
Where do you think they got the idea for Boondock Saints from?
Oh yeah. So the Friendly Sons. He goes, well, they're probably. I'm going to stop in for a pint. Well, he wasn't a pint guy, he wouldn't have, but he was. I'll stop in for a beer, and he stops in, and he was like. They were not friendly.
No, because they thought you're just listening.
Was that a
You're there to listen.
bar or a Proddy bar?
And we're Catholics. We're Irish.
St. Patrick.
You have Friendly Sons to be a member. You had to have you had to be confirmed Catholic. Like you basically had to get your church to send your confirmation.
Proof of circumcision. Okay,
you got to be real Catholic. Yeah. And
I just went to that bar mitzvah. My friend had a bar mitzvah for his son. And I was like, are they going to do the circumcision right there? Do we have to watch? What? I don't understand. And he's like, Jamie, stop. I go, I know. I'm just being culturally insensitive. It's what I do.
Well, we can.
You were doing it.
We have a license to be there. We can now. We're allowed. We're allowed.
It's a podcast. We can be culturally insensitive to a point. Anyway. August, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
So
great.
The more I drink on this, August, the more I think I may have had this before. I just don't remember. That's how your memory will come back. You've had something before, and you try it again, but you don't remember you had it.
You've never ordered this in a bar.
No,
I've ever given it to you on Christmas. It's unless you knew somebody who was a Chartreuse person who said try this, you never would have had this.
I did, but
that's where it comes from. I knew Chartreuse people who were like. We had it at the bar at Whiskey. I
just feel like I've had it.
And I'm like, I want to try this. Whoa, this is some shit.
I just feel like I've had this drink before. I just can't remember when.
It is absolute blackout juice.
Okay, that's fair.
You can.
Chartreuse drunk is a weird.
I've never in the history of doing this show, I don't think I've ever poured a 1 ounce shot out of a jigger for people. I've measured cocktails. Right. I've measured cocktails, for like 2 parts, 1 part stuff. I've never rationed my stuff. Like I'm rationing. This is not going in even in the boss's closet.
This is going home.
It's going home with me.
Locking
Matt.
That's fair.
Home with me.
Matt, you hold his arms. I'm gonna just.
See how big he is.
He knows where.
I'm gonna get away.
Also,
I'm gonna escape.
We live like a block and a half from each other.
Yes, I know where to go.
Me.
Yes, you are in the neighborhood.
Yep.
Actually, is like 3 blocks away now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah.
I really appreciate this. Thank you, Mickey.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome back.
After all these years.
Well,
because we're over 200.
Yeah,
we are.
Wow.
Yeah.
it only
Yeah.
took you 206 shows.
Yeah, see you for episode 4 or 12.
Yeah.
412.
Animal
Why
Talk has got
not just go
10,000
420? All
No,
right,
let's do this more often.
All right, please do.
All right. All the podcast things and all the podcast places.
Like and subscribe to those things.
those are the things.
MickeyLyons.com.
Yes.
Yep.
We'll put that down.
MattsFriendWayne.com.
Hey, is that available?
Oh God.
www.doesitslookinfectedto.com.
That over there, that's Jamie Flanagan.
Oh, that's August Skitchlag.
Sexy Matt Fox is right next to me.
Sexy.
Thank you guys.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
everybody.
Clink.